everybody, it's Dara, and I'm so excited because I'm making a raw lunch, and this one is going to be noodles, but they're going to be obviously gluten-free noodles, and I'm going to make them, they're kelp noodles, and I'm going to show you how to make them soft because they come out of the bag. They come out of the bag really crunchy, but we want them soft to feel like pasta. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and then I'm going to show you how to make, it's kind of like a Thai, we're going to make a peanut sauce, and then we're going to go down to my garden to get the greens because I don't like just serving the noodles without the greens. So I would mix in, if you don't have a garden, go ahead and buy mixed greens or spinach and mixed greens and some scallions, and I'm going to use some chives from the garden, use onion. So here's what goes with, so the salad, the noodle salad is going to consist of the kelp noodles. This is what they're like, yes, out of the bag. And I rinse them. Yeah, I rinse them a couple times. Then we're going to have some asparagus that I lightly steamed. So this is a raw fusion, to be honest. This does, you can slice the asparagus really thin and eat it raw, not a problem. You can also do the same with broccoli. You can cut it up in tiny pieces, marinate it with a little lemon and olive oil and salt, but I just went ahead and steamed it. So that's what I did. We have some chopped onion and some sliced cabbage. So that will be the noodle salad plus the greens from downstairs, and I will probably use some avocado. The ingredients that you'll need to make the noodles soft is I'm going to just use cashews and water and make a cream to break down the crispiness of the kelp noodles. So that will be the first thing. So that's the very first thing I do because we want them to sit in their creaminess and reduce down. It could take 15 minutes to an hour. It depends how creamy you make it. So I'm using cashews today. You can do macadamia nuts. I've heard people say, I did a kelp noodle recipe here, and some people said that you can use baking soda to reduce it down, which sounds really interesting to me because then you don't have to have the cream. Because maybe you don't want cream in your tomato sauce for your kelp noodles, or if you're doing like a primavera, it doesn't call for a cream. An Alfredo calls for a cream, and this Thai one is going to be just fine with a little bit of cream. So I'll use, I don't know, maybe a cup, probably just a cup. I'll use some spring water, and that's maybe a little more. And we'll blend it in my handy dandy NutriBullet, and if you don't have one, it's a really cost-effective way of being able to get a high-performance blender for a lot less money because the Vitamixes are close to $600 and they're an amazing machine, don't get me wrong, but the NutriBullet for $140 or whatever price they're going for now, they're just, you know, you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, you use a 20% off coupon, and it's like you could take this on the go. My dad just went on a road trip, and he was making smoothies in his hotel room. It's that easy. So how much water did I use? I didn't measure. I made the water just up to the cashews. You don't want to make it too watery, but you need it watery enough to be able to blend. And I like to have little spatulas in the kitchen, because we don't want to waste any of our good ingredients. Okay, and then I'm not going to clean out this container because I'm just going to go ahead and put in the sauce ingredients, which I'm about to tell you if you want to make your shopping list. Kelp noodles are a must. Any greens or anything you want to mix in, that's up to you. So you need the kelp noodles, cashews or macadamia nuts. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix this. I'm going to tell you of the other ingredients that you need. We want salt, pink Himalayan salt. I never use iodized salt. It's been bleached, anti-caking agents, and all the minerals have been stripped out of it. So why would we want that? Salt has amazing minerals for our body. I'm going to use a raw almond butter, and the one I'm using is from Essential Living Foods. But you can use any, provided that it's organic. You want organic almonds, and you want raw ones, because if they've been cooked, they're just dead. You plant a cooked almond, a roasted almond in the ground, and nothing's going to happen except maybe mold. If you plant a raw almond in the ground, The moisture will remove the enzyme inhibitors. That's why we soak our almonds before we make the almond butter or we use them in recipes. We remove the enzyme inhibitors so then it can sprout. So you're eating life. That's the whole point of eating raw food, is eating life. And it feeds us so much more. After you eat a meal like this, you can feel the vibration of the food in your body. So this is just going to sit here while I make the sauce, and hopefully it will reduce down to its soft self. And that's really, I mean, to be able to get kelp noodles soft is a really great thing to know how to do. And if you just, sometimes you can use zucchini noodles and kelp noodles. You don't have to have only the kelp. You can just use it as like part of the dish. Zucchini noodles are really good for you. I just don't happen to have any, or else they'd be in here as well. And carrots for color, and just little sliced julienne carrots in this dish. Beautiful. Okay, so here goes the sauce recipe. Are you ready? I'm going to use this. We have a medjool date. We have the almond butter. A couple tablespoons of the almond butter. You need the date to flavor balance. We're going to use lemon. You could use lime if you don't have those. You could use apple cider vinegar. That's a nice trick of getting brightness, and you can always have it in the house. I like to keep certain things that are in the house all the time. And we're going to use ginger. Now, if you have the time, you can go ahead and juice the ginger, but since we're blending it, we're just going to cut off the outside skin and use like a thumb-sized bit of ginger. And I'm especially interested in ginger because my friend who's having lunch just hurt his hand, and this is a great way, ginger is a great way to deflect inflammation. It's anti-inflammatory, and we want that if we've eaten wheat, if we're, you know, if we have arthritic situations or any kind of joint situation, or we want extra healing in our body, turmeric and ginger. I think I'm going to put another piece. I'm going to make it gingery. Exciting. If for some reason you end up having a little piece of the skin, nothing bad is going to happen to you. A spoon is a really good way to peel off the ginger skin. You take the back of a spoon, which you can't see because I don't have a second camera on the food, which I will one day have for you because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. But I'm using the front of the spoon to peel the ginger. So there's the ginger, right? So almond butter, date, ginger. We have the cashew blend in there. We're going to use a little bit of salt, 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to use some olive oil. And definitely lemon juice. I'm going to use chili pepper. A large lemon. I'll use my orange squeezer. Okay. Half of 1 large lemon juice. It comes out to be like a couple tablespoons, tablespoon and a half. We are going to then, we're going to need a little bit of water, just a little bit, 1/4 cup. A quarter cup of water. And then of course we taste it. Since I haven't made this, I'm not following a recipe, I need to taste it. Right? Put it on. It looks gorgeous. Okay, what does it need? Perfect on the ginger. It could taste a little more like almond butter, almonds, I think. This is how we get out of using peanut butter, because peanut butter, peanuts, not Amazon jungle peanuts, but regular peanuts, have a mold called aflatoxin. And most of the peanut butters we buy are roasted. We have to be careful. We don't want to eat roasted. We don't want rancid. We want fresh. So that's going to go in. I'll add a little bit more salt, a little bit more lemon, and 1 more date. And it's going to be gorgeous. And that's that. Okay, so our sauce is done. I'm quite sure it's going to be delicious. Our kelp noodles are marinating. I added a little bit of salt to them as well because the salt will help break them down quickly. And this is just, wow, that's just gorgeous. So now we're going to go downstairs to the garden and pick some greens, and let's go. Garden, and it's just a bed of organic soil with organic plants, and this is what I have growing. I've got some lettuce. I want some greens in there, so I'm going to, and some basil. So I'm going to pull some of these, just pull some of the leaves, pinch them off, and then we're going to have some Thai basil, and that will be really lovely. And have some purple lettuce. It's so pretty, right? And it's fresh. What's better than picking lettuce from your own garden? Nothing. Okay, and we'll get some kale. That's good. Some kale and a collard leaf, and this is going to be beautiful. Okay, so now we have this gorgeous bounty, and this is a teeny little garden, but it doesn't take much, and we have our basil. So, and we'll take some garlic chives. And there we have it. So, let's go back upstairs. Okay, so we're back. I think we're back upstairs. Everything's on. Okay, so I rinsed all of the greens, and I'm spinning it in my progressive salad spinner. Because we don't want the extra moisture. We don't want to have the moisture watering down our peanut sauce. So we're just going to chop them up. And I like the salad bowl, I like this salad spinner because it's collapsible, the bowl. So if I were going on a road trip, that bowl would come with me, because when you go on a road trip and you want to buy a big bag of greens at the store, you can buy organic greens just about everywhere in a bag. What are you going to do? Eat them out of the bag? We eat a lot of greens, so having a big bowl to squeeze some fresh lemon and some olive oil and sprinkle salt over, that makes it no excuses while you're traveling. So we have gorgeous fresh greens, and all I do is I want to, this bowl has a strainer. I'm going to strain out the liquid from the kelp noodles. Okay, so they've been strained and drained pretty much, not like so dry, but then I'm going to put the sauce and mix the kelp noodles with the sauce, and so exciting, actually. And the good news is that this recipe will last 3 to 5 days in the refrigerator, so you can make it for today and have it tomorrow or the next day, and you can share it with a friend. So this is a lot of sauce. But if you have a lot of sauce, that just means that when we mix the greens in, you're going to be able to have the sauce covering the greens. So that's a good thing. So I'm in the mood to serve it. There's my serving bowls over there. This is a pretty bowl. Okay, so I'm going to have it in this bowl, and I will put a handful of greens. I like more greens the better. Definitely could use more than this. Oh, I remember we had, well, what we can do is mix up or just place these. I'm going to just place them, right? They'll place, and then the person can mix themselves. Or we could go ahead and mix it for them. It's really, that's asparagus, the broccoli, we've got some purple cabbage, we've got the onions, and we have, yes, and then I'll just take some of the, it's nice to cut the kelp noodles because they're very, very long. So we want to cut them, they're easier to eat. And then I'm going to take a fork and just place some on top. And then I'm going to take a picture for you so you can see up close how beautiful this is to serve to someone and so satisfying. Like this is, I'm telling you, you feel like you're eating pasta. So it's dairy-free, no mucus in the body, gluten-free, no inflammation because wheat causes inflammation, and you can feel really, really good about this. And the good news is it's a little prep, but it will last for some time in the refrigerator. I'm sprinkling chili pepper flakes on top. So there you have it, everybody. Bon appetit. Get your greens on, and I will see you soon.